everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If you're new, welcome. My name's Nancy and I've got a speed build for you today. And if you've seen some of my videos before, you might recognise this place. This is a Penthouse featured in a short little Let's Play I did a while back featuring Bob and Eliza Pancakes. I'll link that two-part video series in the description below. But essentially, you know, it's a given that in like sort of the Sims lore, Bob and Eliza Pancakes are having a bit of a tough time in their marriage. And obviously since Dream Home Decorators come out, you can see they've made it through the other side. They've got their teenage son Iggy, but in this little Let's Play that I did, they're on the rocks, they haven't got any children, and Bob just needs to start afresh for a little bit, clear his head, figure out what he really wants. Does he want to be with Eliza, or is he after something else to excite him in life? And he comes to San Myshuno and he stays with his friend Vincent Vermouth, or Vinnie Vermouth, and this is the apartment that Bob stays in. Now, Vinnie Vermouth, he is a random, just an idea that came into my head really, of a cool sim that would live in this city. He's like a world-renowned celebrity, level 10 mixologist, works in like this bougie, fancy restaurant, and his vibe was kind of, I was inspired by Crazy Stupid Love. Basically the general plot point really as well, you know, in the film you've got Steve Carell, his marriage is basically falling apart, he's not dressing quite so cool, he's not really the best version of himself, so him and his wife, they're kind of separated, and he meets Ryan Gosling's character, who's very smart and dapper, well put together and confident, and he tries to, you know, boost up Steve's character's confidence, and that was kind of the vibe that I had for this little Let's Play. Vinny, you know, he's a colleague that works with Bob in the restaurant because Vinny's a mixologist and Bob is a chef, so I was like, okay, in this world they work in the same restaurant, and Bob's always moaning to Vinny about, oh my gosh, Eliza, this and the other, my marriage, I'm so unhappy. And so Vinny selflessly offers his apartment, says, come stay with me, let's figure stuff out, and then you can take it from there. What ensues in the Let's Play is hella dramatic, to say the least, but you know, there was some mods involved, and Sims get wild when you put mods in there. So yeah, feel free to watch that video if you're all interested. But anyway, back to the apartment. So based on sort of, like I said, inspired by Crazy Stupid Love, Vinny's apartment, he's very well off. You know, he earns very good money, so he's got sort of quite high-end products. It's very quite chic and well put together. He's a bachelor, but you know, and he's a very happy, content bachelor. And the style is just, I don't think there was a particular style. Could you say it was modern? I suppose it's quite contemporary. In this hallway bit here, rather than contemporary, I think you'd say it's a little bit industrial inspired, I suppose, like with that cool lighting fixture with the metalwork. I love that brick as well. I think it came with Dine Out, if my memory serves me right, but that exposed brick that's been sort of painted over a lot of bit. But yeah, and I threw in the hand sanitizer as well, just because I was like, you know, he's neat. Later on in the video as well, you'll see I included the CAS build of Vinny as well, if you kind of into that side of the Sims gameplay as well, of looking through all the wardrobes and creating kind of bespoke, unique people or Sims. So yeah, with that in mind, knowing that he was going to be, you know, a very neat, conscientious Sim, I was like, I bet he has hand sanitizer in there. Can you just imagine every time anyone comes into his house, he's like, shoes off in the hallway, sanitize your hands, and then you can step into my like little sanctuary at the top of San Myshuno. So with this back wall here as well, I always had it in my mind's eye, like I wanted it to be like a big, like bold statement kind of feature wall. There's not a lot of windows featured in this as well. Like I wanted to make use of having more windows, just because, you know, if you're at the top of an apartment, you just want all that natural light flooding in. But when it came time to like sort of furnish all the different aspects of this open plan living room, it just kind of, it didn't work out for me. Like you'll see a little bit later when we move on to the kitchen, let me not get ahead of myself, but played a little bit with platforms here as well. I'm not a super skilled builder, but I do love sort of decorating and furnishing and just trying out, you know, different things. I watch a lot of other Sims videos as well, just to get inspiration and kind of tips on how to build better, and I don't mind that I can't, you know, recreate Hogwarts or anything, but I do get a kick out of just randomly creating like cool little interior design. So, and now we've got the little sunken living room area, and this whole kind of open plan vibe. I want, rather than it feel, you know, quite flat, everything all just one level, I had, you know, you come in on a raised platform where, you know, his books are, then you step down into the kitchen dining, which is on the right hand side of the room, but then straight ahead you've got that sunken living room. And I just love creating sort of, you know, that clear definition between spaces, but it's still feeling dead open and airy. And so yeah, later on you'll see some of the like the entertainment kind of area that I built up in that section. There's nothing too busy in there in terms of clutter. I went for quite minimalistic. Well, what I think to be minimalistic. I don't know, maybe for other people in terms of what your personal style is, minimalist is probably even more stripped back than what I've done. I am a sucker for bits of clutter here and there, but I think for me anyway, it's not as cluttered as, you know, some of my other builds on camera and off camera have been before. And I have to note right now, in the kitchen I forgot to put the fridge in. I know, it's so silly. But then when I was playing the game later, I was like, oh, okay, he can't cook, and so I threw in a fridge afterwards. But again, this was the bit where on this wall it would have been perfect for, again, some stunning big windows looking out over that courtyard in San Myshuno. But I just, upper cabinets feel essential for me when I'm doing my kitchens. I don't know why, it just adds that extra bit of realism, and like, you know, like your Sims have got stuff, like they've got stuff and bits and bobs to keep hold of. So yeah, I was like, if I put the cabinets up there, there's just, I can't really include the big windows. And I don't know, if I could have been a bit more creative and thought about it a bit more, I probably could have found a way, but I didn't. I was just like, no, it's fine as it is, whatevs, no windows, just those big ones along the side where the terrace is. So it is what it is, but just a little strip at the top for a peak of natural light. Here we go now. I've got the Moschino stuff furniture. Right, I don't know what the general consensus is. I absolutely adore the Moschino stuff pack. I think I still remember when it came out as well, and I was just like, oh, photography, like, I mean, I guess they've got some cute-ish pieces, but I couldn't see myself using it in a lot of gameplay. But today, I cannot get enough of creating these little family walls of fames. I literally take so many posed pictures of my Sims and stick them up all over the house just to make it personal to them, build up, you know, the story of whatever it is that you're creating. And so yeah, just for that alone, I absolutely adore Moschino stuff. But those kind of fancy contemporary artsy chairs, they're like lovely as well. They're a bit of me. I would definitely like have those in my own like apartment / house one day. And just that little pile of magazines as well. Chef's kiss, fine little details there. The terrace here, there's 3 in this build. This one here, it's kind of the party terrace. I'll admit I was very uninspired. If it's not a garden for like landscaping and stuff, I didn't really have any great ideas. I was just like, he'll need a grill, he'll need some chairs, and then a patio heater, because, you know, he's minted, he can have that little extra luxury. So there's not much to see out there really. I could have done better, but I chose not to. Moving on, then we've got the bathroom here, and this is the wallpaper or the tiles from Snowy Escape in the onsen. You can use these tiles anywhere really, but they tend to be used in sort of the onsens. And I feel like in a normal, I say quote unquote normal, in like a traditional home build, they're bold statement tiles. Like, you wouldn't normally kind of feature them just in a standard home. They're very kind of personalized and unique kind of taste. But I was like, you know what, he's got that money, and sometimes I think well-off people, they tend to have quite an eccentric style. So I was like, I'm gonna go for it. They're gonna have some statement tiles in their bathroom. And then here you see this little small single bedroom. That is where Bob was staying, in the guest room. And if you, I say if you download this house, I've not actually put it into the gallery, because I don't know, I feel it's a bit too mad. I don't know, I could probably upload the some of the rooms, I think, but I don't know, the outside, the architecture of the overall build, it's not that pretty. So I was like, no one's gonna want this. I'm just gonna not put it on the gallery. So sorry, you can't download it unless I change my mind later. But yeah, for that single bedroom, you could use it as, you know, the standard second bedroom for someone else who lives here. But Vinny, he's a content bachelor, like I said before. No one's really staying here apart from friends who need a place to crash for the night. But that could also be, say, a rented out space. It's cut off from the rest of the house. I don't think I thought the floor plan all that way through when I created that space. Like, you can probably tell I had to lash in that side door in the entrance hallway quite last minute. I was like, oh, how can they get in? Because they can't cut through via the bathroom or through his bedroom. Like, that doesn't make sense. So that little bedroom's just a little pocket all on its own. And then it's quite annoying because if you're staying there, you've got to walk through the hallway, which is technically the outside of the apartment, to then go back into the living room and use the bathroom. So of a night, if you need to use the toilet, that's going to be quite annoying. But you know what? They're Sims and they're not real. So right now we are in the midst of decorating. Oh my gosh. Oh no, decorating. Oh my gosh, I could edit myself right now and just re-record, but that was too bloody funny. I don't even care. We're in the midst of decorating my favourite room in this build, and that's Vinny's bedroom. I just think, like, it's, I don't know, I'm like, pat myself on the back here. It's hella stylish in my opinion. If you think it's ugly, that's fine. I don't mind. But I'm proud of myself, which sounds so silly to say, but again, I just like trying to develop my sort of design and building skills, and that kind of, those massive floor to ceiling windows, a skylight, your bed facing that way, what a, like, an incredible view that would be with that gorgeous chandelier from Spa Day as well. So that room was so fun, and again, quite muted, you know, black and grey and white, they're kind of the main colour themes of the build, with, you know, pops of colour here and there. I did the little side balcony as well, his own personal terrace where he just does his workouts, because be bothered having to travel to a gym all the time when you can just, you know, create the illusion of the outdoors with a couple of vines against the wall and either doing your boxing or your running or a bit of yoga as well. And then you've got his ensuite and then the walk-in wardrobe, which is amazing. Now that we've got Dream Home Decorator, I'm definitely going to try and jump back in there on another day and just update that with some of the new features and the clothing clutter items that we got in the pack. And now we have reached Extreme Makeover Sims Edition. I've done a lot of talking at you gang for the last couple of minutes, so I'm just going to leave you to enjoy the rest of this CAS creation, and I'll put in a couple of final pictures of the build as well for you to have a peek at. But essentially, yeah, we're just making Vinny. You can see the traits. He's got that, I can't remember, is it Master Mixologist? Yeah, Master Mixologist as his aspiration, and he's got, I think it's outgoing, that one, outgoing. He's neat and he's a bit of a snob, I won't lie. He's a good person. He unapologetically likes the finer things in life and that is what he will always opt for. In terms of his look, I was like, yes, long dark hair, that's a bit of me, we'll do that. And in terms of his clothing, it's again like Crazy Stupid Love. It's very well put together, it's quite smart. Well, I tried to do that anyway. Maybe I didn't. You'll have a look for yourself and you think, none of these clothes look nice. But I was just trying to, he has his smart pieces, and then he has a bit of that eccentric flair of being someone who has a little bit too much money. And there are some things which are very expensive, but just because they're expensive does not mean that they look good. That's just facts. Not everything that is expensive is actually all that good or all that stylish or pretty or whatever, but it's all subjective, isn't it, at the end of the day? So yeah, I figured with Vinny there'd be a couple of pieces in there. I think it's in his party wear. There's a pair of trousers and shirts, which maybe looking back on it I probably would have styled a little bit differently, but it's all good. You know, there's always room to change and develop things as you know, your gameplay goes along. But I'm gonna call it a day here. I hope you've enjoyed. I've just nattered a lot really, but I hope you've had a nice time. I hope whether you've just got this on in the background, chilling, or you know, you've just taken a little peek at some of the furnishing bits. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope, you know, you think it looks alright what I've done, or you're digging the style of Vinnie. But yeah, hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. For the last couple of mins, as usual, I'll throw on a little bit of royalty-free music just to give my vocals a break, and you can have a break from me. I will catch you soon in another video. Take care. Bye.